Okay, bro, where do you think is the most haunted place in the world?
There's so many places in
The top YouTube, like top 10 places.
Got multiple choice now.
No multiple choice lah. Okay, like what kind of place do you think it is?
Asylum.
Okay, so there's no way to judge what is the most haunted place in the world, but one of the most haunted place in the world is actually an island in Italy. Poveglia Island is off the coast of Venice and Lido in Italy, and is nicknamed the Island of Ghosts as it has a very dark past. So in 1348, during the bubonic plague, people were dragged kicking and screaming to Poveglia Island if they showed even the slightest symptoms of the Black Death. So once at the island, they had to spend 40 days to wait and see if they would die or recover, but most of the people died. So yeah, can you imagine COVID, you kena quarantine 40 days lah. They bring you to like St. John Island.
They show you there, if you survive, you survive.
Yeah, say, okay, see ya. Then they take the ferry, go back. So what's worse was when the victims passed away, they were thrown into mass graves. And often, those dying or too sick to move were also considered dead and just thrown onto the piled corpses. They were then either buried in mass graves or taken to the center of the island where they were burned. It is said that even to this day, human ash makes up more than 50% of the island's soil.
What in the world?
So moving on to the early 1900s, a mental asylum was built. Rumors are that in the 1930s, a doctor started performing terrible experiments on patients there, including lobotomy. Eventually, the doctor himself went mad and threw himself down the asylum's bell tower. The hospital then closed in 1968 and Poveglia Island was once again abandoned. And in recent years, Italian construction crews attempted to restore the place, but abruptly stopped without explanation, leaving locals to speculate that they were driven away by the island's dark forces. But yeah, so this is like one of the most haunted places in the whole wide world. With that amount of history, I think it's
So they
hard
declare
to...
already, that one is number one.
Declare number one lah.
Who declare is my question now.
It's hard to tick the boxes lah.
Yeah lah, true lah.
Okay, how will you judge what is the most haunted place in the world?
Most amount of activity,
Most amount of screamings, most amount...
possessions, attacks, sightings.
But then your the stuff that you mentioned, right? What if they are just chill entities, then you just see them and they disturb? So is that counted as a sighting? Not really. Well, haunted must be like evil.
No, haunting can be good haunting.
Yeah lah, but it's quite obvious that it is definitely very dark and
Tragic. And the past is very scary.
Let us learn from these mistakes and not repeat it. Mass graves are terrifying.